In an interesting turn of events, the Pistons no longer consider Saddiq Bey off limits in trade talks. It's interesting as all hell. If you guys want a little update, what are Saddiq Bey's stats? Saddiq Bey was a guy that last year I thought he was phenomenal. He really put himself out there. And Saddiq Bey's in year 3. And he actually went from being a 16 points per game scorer last year to 14.7, shooting 41% from the field, 29 from 3, 5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, a steal a night. His stats are a bit down from last year, but still, let's talk about it. Detroit Pistons fans, are you guys shocked that the Pistons are willing to talk Saddiq Bey? By the way, we're on the way to 10,000 subscribers. If you hit that subscribe button, it's free, doesn't cost you anything, and if you don't like the channel, you can always unsubscribe. But help us get to 10,000. Just a kid in his senior year of college, trying, my grad schools really like that I have this. But either way, let's talk about it. This is coming from Jake Fischer of Yahoo Sports. The future of Saddiq Bey with the Detroit Pistons is a bit less certain than it was previously. Saddiq Bey will be eligible for an extension this offseason, ahead of a potential restricted free agency in 2024. Pistons have already taken early trade calls from inquiring teams on Saddiq Bey, which is a change of behavior from previous trade windows. The Detroit Pistons, however, seem intent on continuing to evaluate Saddiq Bey's fit with the roster before truly entertaining a potential trade. Now, would a contending team be going out there and trying to get Saddiq Bey, or would it be a different guy? That's, I think it's definitely interesting to look at the current situation, and I look at this and I wonder who could be going out there. I know we heard that the fact that John Wall is available for trade allegedly, it makes this whole situation a tad bit more interesting. And for me, I don't know what the right thing to do here, because Saddiq Bey, you're at least going to be asking for 1 first-round pick, maybe even 2. But I guess it's the shock and say. I've always thought Saddiq was a good player, a guy who was going to stick around for a while. But right now, it's looking like his future could be in question. And I know that's not ideal, obviously, but that's where I want to know, what do you guys think of this situation with Saddiq Bey? What are you giving up to get Saddiq Bey? My thoughts are a team like the San Antonio Spurs would be going out there trying to get Saddiq, because for me, it doesn't make any sense for a team like maybe even Utah. Utah could be a team that calls them up and is like, hey, we have, I don't know who they could offer you that they'd be interested in, because everyone's on a big contract. But the thought process would be, maybe we send you, I can't think of, it'd have to be somebody on a cheap deal. Maybe Simone Fontecchio. They're just like, hey, Simone Fontecchio wasn't what we thought he was. We'll send you Simone Fontecchio, who's on like a 2-year deal. You send us your guy, and we call it, a wrap. And I definitely think it's interesting to look at the current situation, due to the fact that this is a team that I thought with the Orlando Magic. I thought the Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons were 2 teams that were closer to being play-in teams than teams at the bottom of the lottery. Obviously, that has not happened, as they are a team that is closer to the bottom of the lottery than being in the playoffs. And that's where everything starts to become interesting, because what is going to happen with these guys? What is the right thing? And it definitely is something interesting, even if you're a Pistons fan, because Saddiq Bey was someone that I thought was going to be the second or the third star, like Jaden Ivey, and my man. For me, I always thought it was going to be like Jaden Ivey and our guy Cade Cunningham, and Saddiq Bey was going to be the big 3 here, and obviously that ain't happening. So I wonder what's to make of this situation. What do you guys think? I think it's definitely something interesting, because it's just, Saddiq's a good player, and I'm at least wanting 1, maybe even 2 first-round picks for a kid of his caliber. So for me, I think as more and more time passes, we just need to figure out what's really the right step here, because I think as you look at it, it's definitely something that I feel like there's got to be something going on in the locker room that he or the team isn't liking him, because it's just weird. Someone of his caliber just becomes available. That doesn't typically happen for a reason. And I don't know, that's where I want to hear, what would you guys do if you were in this situation? Why and how? Like, I'm genuinely curious, and let me know, okay? Because everything could change on a dime, I guess. And you never know. You never know what's going to happen and why. And that's why we make these videos, to talk about and see what your opinions are. Bye.